On June 2nd, 1953, one of the biggest events of the 20th century took place in London, England. I'm talking about the royal coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. Now, this wasn't just a historic moment for the British Empire, it was also a major milestone for a new rising force: television. While Elizabeth was hesitant about having cameras at her coronation, TV was ready to turn it into a global spectacle. But if you were in the United States, you couldn't watch it live. And in 1953, there was no way to beam live TV signals across the Atlantic. Beyond that, there were even more hurdles. Like, once you had the footage, you'd need to duplicate it, right? And duplicating film meant labs, chemicals, and time, all of which were in short supply. As for transmitting the entire 3-hour coronation across the Atlantic by cable, that was out of the question as well. Impossible, actually. One CBS executive even calculated it would have taken over 99 years. Years! So, how'd Americans get their royal fix? Well, the TV networks got creative. That day, the BBC's cameras were the only ones allowed in Westminster Abbey. But once the coronation ended, copies were handed off to international broadcasters like NBC, ABC, and CBS. Still, time was of the essence. Americans didn't want to see photos in tomorrow's newspaper, right? No, they wanted to see it in video, and they wanted it that night. So the networks cooked up a plan to get Queen Elizabeth on American television screens as soon as possible. Here's how they did it. First, they rented airport hangars at English airports where they literally filmed the broadcast off a TV monitor using their own cameras. So they're filming the coronation at the airport as it's airing on BBC. Then they rushed their footage onto a jet that had been equipped with an editing bay and film processing lab so they could process and cut the footage in the air. From there, they flew into Boston instead of New York City, which shaved an hour off the clock. And somehow, some way, Americans were watching Queen Elizabeth wear her crown by bedtime.